Yo YouTube, what's up? This is the Cash Killer and AC Sports Report. Got Tim on the phone here, and today we're going to be talking some Giants faking injuries. Isn't that right, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, the hot topic throughout the sports media lately has been, and I listen to the radio, I just leave it on overnight because I fall asleep listening to whatever show's on, and then I wake up and they have simulcast Mike and Mike on there, who I used to be a lot bigger fan of. I think they've kind of lost some of their vibe, but I've noticed throughout the last few days they've been talking about the Giants faking the injuries, basically, and I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts are and give us ours. So let me run this down. The Rams on Monday Night Football were in the no-huddle offense, and the Giants on the defensive side, and they haven't really denied it. Deion Grant, when he was asked about it, who was the guy who went down, basically smiled. The Giants were having trouble stopping the Rams, and they were yelling, somebody go down, somebody go down. That's what Sam Bradford said. So two guys go down, Deion Grant, I'm not sure who the other guy was, and then the one quickly gets up realizing that Deion Grant has already gone down. So you basically know that it's fake. The thing I have about this is everyone's saying, oh, they stopped this game for an injury timeout and there was no real injury, and I think people are making a big deal out of this. They're saying, well, then they should have to be out the whole series of plays and everything like that. I think that that's just part of the game. It's the same to me as a player stepping out of the batter's box when a pitcher's in a rhythm, or Derek Jeter faking getting hit last year, which I didn't have an issue with. Everyone else did. Chase Elliott did a similar thing in the playoffs. To me, it's what you can get away with that's smart that you can do on the field. I don't look at it as cheating. What do you think, AC?
I mean, I agree that it was smart and intelligent. The only thing that I have with it is it was a little cheap, and you know, I have the philosophy that if you get beat, you get beat. I think that stuff's kind of stupid and cheap, and I don't know. That's my personal opinion. But if I'm looking at it from the point of view of an outsider who has no, because as you guys know, I don't like the Giants, but that's just from my being a fan of the Eagles. But if I'm looking at it from a guy who's completely out of that situation, I'm thinking, you know, that was pretty smart for one of them to go down, because it slowed down the game, it gets you out of rhythm, and like you said, it's the same thing. Like a pitcher who's in a rhythm, a batter steps out, you know, walks around a little bit, which I think is also crap, but that's my personal opinion.
You can't allow them to stay in the rhythm when they're pitching. Just like offensively here, there's nothing similar to doing that in the NFL except going out for an injury. You can't take longer in the huddle because the offense is going to control when the play is made, essentially, because the defense is going to be out there right around the same time that the offense breaks up from the huddle. There's no other way to slow this team down, and with the secondary for the Giants that is kind of torn up right now, they needed to do something there. Fortunately for the Giants, they won the game 28-16, so none of this really ended up mattering, and I think it's just kind of been a slow news week, and they're looking for a story. That's really what I get out of it. Yeah,
and it's a semi-controversial issue, so you know they're going to cover it. That's basically what I took away from this whole situation. But, you know, like you said, it was a smart play, and we saw them talking about this on First Take during lunch today.
Lovely show.
Yeah, lovely show that we're forced to watch because the rest of it is just stupid stuff like HLN or whatever they have on.
Yeah, we either get Skip Bayless or Nancy Grace. I mean, there's only so many options, and I just look up there to see the idiotic stuff that Skip Bayless says because I care about sports. I really don't care what Nancy Grace is saying on the TV. She's an idiot. So is Skip Bayless. That's the media for you today.
And this was just a story that, you know, came by them that was semi-controversial, and it's basically a slow news week until we get to the postseason, which I'm counting the seconds to at this point.
Yeah. So. I mean, and last year, earlier in the season, maybe we blew it up a little bit more because we were in Philly, but the first few weeks seemed to be dominated by the Michael Vick, Kevin Cobb thing. I mean, I got videos that we're talking about, that two separate ones that are both over like 2,000 views, and out of like 400 videos, we had like that are over 2,000 views. So that tells you how interested people were in that. Again, check out the NFL Final Score. We talked Jamal Charles and a few other things on the Sunday edition where we broke down the Sunday games. Then we broke down the Sunday night game with Bruce Blitz. That got about 685 views. We talked about Mike Vick's injury. That was a really nice video. Check that show out. And again, Bruce Blitz is launching a website. We are going to be a big part of this as we have been on the Blitz Hardcore podcast. I've been on since, I want to say, sometime around like February, no, sometime late 2010, somewhere in that area, or early 2011, because I went on to talk basketball a few times. They let me stay on to be a host, and then me and AC became the full-length baseball host. This site is going to be an alternate to any of those garbage sites you read off of that want to ask you stupid questions like, you know what I mean. These sites that give you what Jared Allen did on his vacation this summer. That's crap. No one wants to read that. Or they give you LeBron James, worst player of all time in the NBA. This site will be just breaking it down, giving you the scores, giving you the facts, giving you everything. And it's going to be a legit looking site. I can tell you, me and AC were talking to Bruce the other night, and he has worked hard on this. He's put a lot of money into it. And, hey, if you can go to hoopspedia.webs.com and donate to that cause, that would be a big deal for us, because I think that this site, honestly, I think this site is going to be huge. And I'm not just saying that because I'm going to be a part of it, because I could start my own site and say that. I think that Bruce is determined. He works hard as hell. This is a guy who has like a full-time job, and I don't want to sound like I live Bruce Blitz's life, or I'm a Bruce Blitz, rider, because I'm not. But I have respect for what he's doing. I have respect for guys like Brian and Don and Joseph, and me and AC put in a lot of hard work, and this is going to be another step for our channel on YouTube, for us as individual reporters, and everything like that.
As the old saying goes, I couldn't agree more. All right.
I know that one, Campo. I'm Tim. He's AC. This is the Cash Kelly AC Sports Report. Check back for all the best NFL coverage, MLB coverage, NBA coverage, and nothing else really. We'll see you later.
Yeah, buddy.